Close your eyes now, and let your breath slow to its natural rhythm. Feel the weight of your body sink in deeper into the softness beneath you, held and supported, safe and warm. Tonight, you will take a journey unlike any other. Tonight, you will fly with the moon's messenger, an ageless being who has been collecting wishes and carrying them skyward for as long as humans have gazed at the night sky and hoped. You will visit dreamers across the world. You will gather light from darkness, and you will learn that even the most broken heart can still contribute to the beauty of the universe. Let yourself drift now, soft and slow, toward that threshold between waking and dreaming. Let your worries fall away like autumn leaves. Let yourself float upward, into the peaceful night where magic is real and healing is possible. You find yourself standing on a rooftop, though you cannot quite remember climbing the stairs to reach it. The night air is cool against your skin, carrying with it the scent of distant rain and something else. Something clean and ancient and ineffable, like starlight given fragrance. The city spreads out below you in all directions, a constellation of lights and shadows, thousands of windows glowing gold and amber in the darkness, each one a small universe unto itself. Your heart is heavy. It has been heavy for so long now that you have almost forgotten what lightness feels like, what it means to move through the world without this constant ache in your chest, this weight that makes every breath an effort, every day a trial to be endured rather than celebrated. You came up here seeking solitude, seeking escape, seeking perhaps just a moment of peace under the vast, indifferent sky. But you are not alone. There is someone else on the rooftop, standing at the edge, looking out over the city with an expression of such deep calm that you feel something in your own chest ease slightly just from witnessing it. They are neither young nor old, neither distinctly masculine nor feminine, but something that transcends those categories. Ageless, timeless, existing outside the normal constraints that bind ordinary humans. They are dressed in robes that seem to be made of moonlight itself, fabric that shifts between silver and pale blue and softest white, moving gently despite the absence of any breeze. Their face, when they turn toward you, is kind beyond measure. It is the face of someone who has seen every kind of human suffering and responds to all of it with compassion rather than judgment, with understanding rather than pity. Their eyes are extraordinary, the color of the night sky itself, deep indigo scattered with what appears to be actual stars, tiny points of light that twinkle when they blink. "Hello," they say, and their voice is like music, like wind chimes made of crystal, like water flowing over smooth stones. "I am glad you came up here tonight. I have been waiting for you." You open your mouth to ask how they knew you would be here, but before you can speak, they smile and gesture to the sky above. It is time for the nightly collection. The moon has sent me, as she does every night, to gather the wishes of those who sleep and dream below. It is an honor, this work, but it can be lonely. I wonder, would you like to come with me? Would you like to see how wishes become light? I think you need to see it. I think it might help heal what is broken in you. You should be skeptical. You should question this impossibility. This stranger who claims to work for the moon, who speaks of collecting wishes as though it is the most natural thing in the world. But something in you recognizes truth when you hear it. recognizes magic when it stands before you in robes of moonlight. And besides, what do you have to lose? Your heart is already broken. Your spirit is already weary. Perhaps flying through the night with a mysterious messenger is exactly what you need. Yes, you whisper, surprised by how much you mean it. Yes, I would like that. The messenger's smile broadens, their star-flecked eyes brightening with pleasure. Good, they say. Very good. Then take my hand and do not be afraid. Flying is easier than you think. Your body knows how, even if your mind has forgotten. Trust yourself. Trust me. Trust that the night will hold you. They extend their hand toward you, palm up, an invitation rather than a command. You hesitate for only a moment before placing your hand in theirs. Their skin is warm despite the cool night air, and the moment your palms touch, you feel something change. The weight of gravity lessens. Your body feels lighter, more buoyant, as though you are already beginning to float. The heaviness in your heart does not disappear, but it feels more bearable somehow, as though the messenger is helping you carry it, as though you are no longer alone with your pain. Ready? They ask, and before you can answer, before you can doubt or fear or question, they step off the edge of the rooftop, pulling you gently with them. You do not fall. Instead, you float. The sensation is unlike anything you have ever experienced. Not the dropping, stomach-lurching feeling of falling, but rather the gentle, buoyant sensation of rising, of being held by the air itself, of becoming weightless and free. You gasp, not in fear but in wonder, as the rooftop recedes below you and the night sky opens up above you like a vast, dark ocean ready to be explored. The messenger keeps hold of your hand, steadying you, giving you time to adjust to this new way of being. Breathe, they instruct softly. Just breathe. Your body knows how to do this. Humans once flew in their dreams so often that the memory is written in your bones. You are not doing anything unnatural. You are simply remembering what you have always known. You take a deep breath, pulling the cool night air into your lungs, and as you exhale, you feel yourself relax into the impossible. You are flying. You are actually flying, suspended in the darkness above the city, held by nothing but air and magic and the messenger's gentle guidance. The sensation is extraordinary. Freedom distilled to its purest essence, liberation from every constraint that normally binds you to the earth. The messenger begins to move forward, pulling you with them at first, then releasing your hand as you find your own rhythm, your own way of moving through the air. It is intuitive, almost instinctive. You think about where you want to go, and your body responds, tilting and gliding and soaring as naturally as swimming, as easy as walking. The city spreads out beneath you, a living map of light and shadow, and you fly over it with increasing confidence, with growing joy. How does it feel? The messenger asks, flying beside you with effortless grace, their robes streaming behind them like silver wings. Like being a child again, you hear yourself say, surprised by the truth of it. Like before everything got so complicated and heavy, like freedom. The messenger nods, understanding in their ancient eyes. Flying strips away pretense. Up here you cannot carry all the weight you usually carry. The air will not hold it. So you must let it go, at least for a while. You must be lighter to stay aloft. This is part of why I brought you. To remind you that you can put down your burdens, even if only temporarily. You can rest from carrying them, You can remember what it feels like to be unburdened. You realize they are right. The heaviness in your heart is still there, but it feels distant, manageable. Up here in the vast darkness, your problems seem smaller, less overwhelming. The heartbreak that has been consuming you feels like one small thing in a universe of infinite vastness. And this perspective does not make it less real, but somehow more bearable. You are a small being with a small pain, and the universe is so large, and there is something oddly comforting in that. The messenger pulls ahead slightly, their body angling downward. Come, they call over their shoulder. The city is full of dreamers tonight, and their wishes are waiting to be collected. Let me show you how it is done. You follow them down, descending in a smooth arc toward a neighborhood of tall apartment buildings, their windows glowing like earthbound stars in the darkness. As you drop lower, you can see into the apartments, glimpses of ordinary lives being lived, of people settling in for the night, of the peaceful rituals that accompany sleep. A woman reading in bed, a man washing dishes at a kitchen sink, a child being tucked in by a parent. So many private moments, so many small sanctuaries of comfort and routine. The messenger slows, hovering in the air with the same ease that a hummingbird hovers before a flower. They pull a bag from somewhere in their robes. It appears to be made of the same moonlight fabric, and it glows softly in the darkness. Every night, they explain, their voice soft so as not to disturb the sleepers below. I visit dreamers across the world. I listen to their wishes, the ones they whisper before sleep, the ones they hold in their hearts as they drift away, the ones their souls speak in the language of dreams. And I collect these wishes, every single one, and carry them to the moon. The moon takes them and transforms them, uses their light to shine more brightly. Your wishes are not wasted. They do not disappear into the void. They become part of something larger, something beautiful. They become light. You watch as the messenger drifts toward a window on the 3rd floor, their movements careful and reverent. Through the glass you can see a child sleeping, a nightlight casting soft shadows across the room. The messenger closes their eyes and tilts their head, listening to something you cannot hear. After a moment they smile, pull a small glass vial from their bag, and whisper into it. The vial fills with golden light, warm and bright, pulsing gently like a tiny captured star. A wish for a puppy, the messenger says softly, showing you the glowing vial before tucking it carefully into their bag. Simple and pure, uncomplicated by doubt or cynicism. These are some of the brightest wishes, the ones made by children who still believe that wishing might work, who have not yet learned to protect themselves from disappointment by refusing to hope. You follow the messenger from window to window, watching as they collect wish after wish. Each one manifests as a glowing vial of light, but the colors vary: gold and silver, blue and rose, lavender and pale green. Each wish has its own quality, its own emotional signature that determines its hue and intensity. An elderly woman wishes to dream of her late husband. Her wish glows soft lavender, tinged with both love and grief. A teenager wishes for courage to come out to their parents. The vial burns bright rainbow, fierce and hopeful and terrified all at once. A nurse wishes for strength to face another difficult shift. The glow is warm amber, steady and resolved despite obvious exhaustion. Do you grant the wishes? You ask. floating beside the messenger as they hover near a window where a young parent sleeps fitfully beside a baby monitor. Do you make them come true? The messenger's expression is gentle, compassionate. No, they say. That is not my purpose. I cannot change the world, cannot alter circumstances or bend reality to satisfy every hope. What I do is simpler, but perhaps more important. I acknowledge the wishes. I witness them. I carry them to the moon so that they are not alone in the darkness, so that they become part of something larger than the individual who wished them. I transform them from private desperation into collective light. They listen to the sleeping parent's wish for the baby to be healthy, to thrive, to have a good life. And the vial that captures it glows warm pink, the color of parental love, of fierce protective hope. The wishing itself matters, the messenger continues, tucking the vial away with care. It is an act of faith, of continuing to believe that better is possible even when you have been disappointed before. It is refusing to give up on hope even when hope has failed you. And that refusal, that persistence, that stubborn insistence that things could be different, that is what creates light. Not the wish being granted, but the wishing itself. You absorb this, turning it over in your mind. You have been so focused on the fact that your own wishes, to be healed, to be whole, to stop hurting, have not been granted. You have felt foolish for continuing to hope, angry at yourself for not being able to simply accept your pain and move on. But the messenger's words suggest a different way of looking at it. Perhaps your continued wishing is not weakness, but strength. Perhaps your refusal to fully give up on happiness is itself a form of light, a contribution to something larger than your individual suffering. The messenger moves on, and you follow through the night sky, collecting wishes from dreamers across the city. You fly over residential neighborhoods and apartment complexes, over hospitals where the sick wish for healing, over homeless shelters where the vulnerable wish for safety, over prisons where the incarcerated wish for freedom or redemption, or simply to be remembered by someone on the outside. The messenger does not judge the wishes. They do not dismiss some as unworthy or too selfish or too small. Every wish is collected with the same care and reverence. Every hope is honored regardless of who speaks it or how likely it is to be fulfilled. A drug addict wishes for the strength to stay clean. A prisoner wishes to see their children again. A lonely elderly person wishes someone would visit. A person with a terminal diagnosis wishes for a miracle, or at least for a painless end. Each glowing vial is added to the bag, and the bag grows brighter and brighter until it shines like a small sun, like a portable galaxy, like concentrated hope made visible. You find yourself moved to tears by the sheer volume of wishing, by the evidence that all across this city, all across the world, people are still hoping, still reaching towards something better, still refusing to surrender entirely to despair. You have been flying for what feels like hours, though time moves strangely in this liminal space between night and dream. The city beneath you has grown quieter, more still, as the night deepens and more people surrender to sleep. The messenger's bag is nearly full now, glowing so brightly that it casts shadows, that it lights your path through the darkness. The messenger turns to you, their star-flecked eyes searching your face. You have been quiet, they observe gently. You have watched me collect all these wishes, but you have not spoken of your own. What do you wish for, dear one? What does your broken heart hope for in the darkness before sleep? You hesitate, feeling suddenly vulnerable, exposed. Your wishes feel too raw, too desperate, too likely to be dismissed or judged. But the messenger waits patiently, their expression so kind, so free of judgment, that you find the words rising despite your fear. I wish to stop hurting, you say, your voice barely a whisper. I wish my heart would heal, that I could move on, that I could feel whole again instead of shattered. I wish I could remember what happiness felt like. I wish... Your voice breaks, and tears spill hot down your cheeks. I wish I could believe that things will get better, that this pain won't last forever, that someday I'll wake up, and the first thing I feel won't be this terrible ache in my chest. The messenger's expression softens even further, if such a thing is possible. They drift closer to you, reaching out to wipe away your tears with gentle fingers. Those are profound wishes, they say softly, born from real pain, real struggle. There is no shame in them. They are as worthy as any wish I have collected tonight. They pull out a vial, the last empty one in their bag, and hold it between you. Would you speak your wish into this? Would you let me carry it to the moon for you? I cannot promise it will be granted in the way you hope. I cannot promise the pain will simply disappear or that healing will come quickly. But I can promise that your wish will become light, that it will shine, that it will contribute to pushing back the darkness. Your pain can become something beautiful, something that helps others find their way. Would you trust me with it? You stare at the vial, at the messenger's kind face, at the city glowing below you and the stars shining above. And then, with a breath that feels like surrender, like release, like the first step toward healing, you lean forward and whisper your wish into the glass. The vial fills with light, deep blue shot through with silver, the color of tears and starlight, the color of grief that is beginning to hope again, the color of a heart that is broken but still beating, still wishing, still refusing to give up entirely. It is beautiful, your wish. Not in spite of the pain it holds, but because of it. Beautiful because it is honest, because it is vulnerable, because it proves that you are still here, still feeling, still reaching toward something better even when better seems impossible. The messenger tucks your wish carefully into the bag with all the others, and somehow the sight of it there, your pain nestled among all these other hopes and dreams and yearnings, makes you feel less alone. You are not the only one who hurts. You are not the only one who wishes for healing. Your suffering, while deeply personal, is also universal. You are part of something larger than yourself. Come, the messenger says, taking your hand again. We have collected enough wishes for tonight. Now it is time to take them to the moon, to deliver them, to watch them transform into light. Would you like to see it? Would you like to witness what happens to wishes when they reach the moon? You nod, unable to speak around the lump in your throat. The messenger squeezes your hand gently, and then they pull you upward, higher and higher into the night sky, leaving the city below, rising through layers of cool air toward the stars themselves. Flying up is different from flying horizontally across the city. It requires more effort, more intention, like swimming against a current or climbing a steep hill. But the messenger guides you, their hand steady in yours, And you find that you can do it, that your body responds to the challenge with strength you did not know you possessed. As you rise higher, the city shrinks below you, becoming a pattern of lights that grows smaller and smaller until it looks like a reflection of the stars above. As above, so below, the ancient saying goes. And you see the truth of it now. The city is a constellation, and you are flying through space toward another one, toward the moon that hangs huge and luminous in the darkness above. The air grows thinner and cooler, and you can see your breath now. Silver mist that dissipates quickly in the darkness. The stars are brighter here, more vivid, not dimmed by light pollution or atmospheric haze. They surround you on all sides, and you have the dizzying sensation of flying through space itself, through the void between worlds, through the infinite expanse that separates Earth from sky from stars. The messenger seems to glow more brightly the higher you ascend, as though they are absorbing light from the stars themselves, as though they are becoming more themselves the farther they get from earthly concerns. Their robes stream behind them like silver wings, like comet tails, and their face is radiant with joy, with purpose, with the deep satisfaction that comes from doing work that matters. How long have you been doing this? You ask, your voice sounding strange in the thin air, more thought than sound. How long have you been the moon's messenger? The messenger smiles, but there is something melancholy in it, something that speaks of vast stretches of time, of loneliness despite purpose, of dedication that comes at a cost. I am the last, they say. There were others once, many others. We were called the moon's messengers, and we flew every night across the world, collecting wishes and carrying them skyward. We were born from the first humans who looked up at the moon and wondered, who wished on it and hoped. We were given form by that longing, that reaching towards something beyond the self. But over time, as the world changed, as people stopped believing in magic, as wishing came to seem childish or foolish, the other messengers faded. One by one they grew translucent, then transparent, then disappeared entirely, returning to the moonlight they were made from. I am the only one left, and some nights I wonder how much longer I can continue alone, how much longer I can carry the weight of the world's wishes by myself. You hear the exhaustion in their voice, the weariness that comes from centuries of service, from watching others fade while you persist, from bearing responsibility that was meant to be shared. Why do you continue? You ask gently. If it's so hard, if you're the last one left, why not stop? Why not rest? The messenger is quiet for a long moment, their eyes fixed on the moon ahead. When they speak, their voice is soft but certain. Because the wishes still matter. Because people still hope, still dream, still reach toward something better even when better seems impossible. Because someone needs to witness that hoping, to honor it, to carry it somewhere it can become light. If I stop, if I give up, then all those wishes disappear into the void, unacknowledged and alone. And I cannot bear that. I cannot bear the thought of all that hope being wasted, all that light being lost. So I continue. One more night, and then another, and another, until either I fade like the others, or until people begin to believe in magic again and new messengers are born to help me. You squeeze the messenger's hand, feeling a rush of compassion for this ancient being, this last guardian of human hope. They have carried everyone else's wishes for so long, you realize, But who carries theirs? Who tends to their exhaustion, their loneliness, their need for rest and renewal? What do you wish for, you ask? If you could wish for anything, what would it be? The messenger looks at you, and for a moment their star-flecked eyes shimmer with unshed tears. I wish, they say quietly, that I did not have to do this work alone. I wish for someone to share it with, someone to talk to during the long flights, someone who understands the weight and beauty of what we carry. I wish for rest someday, when the work is done or when others rise to take my place. And I wish to remember what it feels like to be cared for instead of always being the one who cares. You feel something shift in your chest, some of your own pain temporarily eclipsed by empathy for this being who has served so selflessly for so long. You realize that everyone carries pain, everyone wishes for healing, even ancient magical beings who seem beyond such human concerns. The messenger helps others but needs help themselves. They carry wishes but have wishes of their own, unspoken and unmet. I'm here now, you say, meaning it. For tonight at least, you're not alone. I see you. I see how hard this is. I see what you've sacrificed. And I'm grateful, not just for helping me, but for helping everyone. For continuing to show up night after night even when it's hard. That matters. You matter. The messenger's expression softens, and a single tear escapes, trailing down their cheek like a shooting star. Thank you, they whisper. You cannot know how much I needed to hear that. You fly on in companionable silence, the moon growing larger and larger before you until it fills your entire field of vision, until you can see the texture of its surface, the craters and valleys, the seas of ancient lava frozen into dark plains, the mountain ranges and canyons that mark this alien landscape. It is beautiful and terrible, this close view of the moon, both familiar and deeply strange. The messenger guides you toward a specific region, and as you approach, you see something extraordinary. There is a structure on the moon's surface, a palace, or perhaps a temple, made entirely of what appears to be crystallized moonlight. It rises from the gray dust in elegant spires and domes, catching the distant sunlight and fracturing it into rainbows, glowing from within with accumulated luminescence. It is breathtaking, this impossible architecture, this sanctuary built from light itself. The Moon Palace, the messenger says, pride evident in their voice. This is where the wishes are transformed, where hope becomes light. The moon herself dwells here, ancient and patient, gathering the wishes I bring and weaving them into her own light. Every wish ever made and carried here is part of what makes the moon shine. Human hope is what illuminates the night sky. Your longing is what pushes back the darkness. You descend toward the palace, your feet touching down on the moon's surface with a lightness that seems appropriate. You weigh almost nothing here, gravity being so much weaker than on Earth. The dust beneath your feet is soft and fine, and your footprints remain behind you, preserved in the airless environment. Proof that you were here, that you touched this place that humans have dreamed about for millennia. The messenger leads you toward the palace entrance, massive doors made of something like mother of pearl, opalescent and shimmering with inner light. They open at the messenger's approach, swinging silently inward to reveal an interior that takes your breath away. The inside of the palace is vast, a cathedral-like space with high vaulted ceilings that seem to stretch upward forever. The walls are made of crystallized wishes. You can see them, thousands upon thousands of frozen vials, each one glowing with its own color, its own emotional signature. They are arranged in patterns that seem to shift and change as you look at them, forming constellations, mandalas, geometries of hope and longing. In the center of the vast space is a pool, perfectly circular, filled with liquid light that ripples gently despite the absence of any breeze. And beside the pool stands a figure. She is the moon herself, you understand immediately. Not the celestial body, but the consciousness that inhabits it. The ancient being who has been gathering human wishes since humans first learned to look up and hope. She is beautiful beyond description, ageless and serene, dressed in robes that seem to be made of moonlight and shadow woven together. Her face is kind but distant, the face of someone who has witnessed everything, who has seen all of human history unfold beneath her patient gaze, who has collected and transformed billions of wishes across countless centuries. "Welcome," she says, and her voice is like silver bells, like wind through canyons, like the sound of silence itself. "Welcome, dear messenger. I see you have brought a guest tonight, and you have brought wishes. Come, let us transform them together." The messenger approaches the moon with deep reverence, bowing slightly before opening their glowing bag. One by one they remove the vials, all the wishes collected tonight, and they place them carefully into the pool of liquid light. Each vial sinks slowly, dissolving as it descends, its contents merging with the luminous pool, adding its color and energy to the swirling mixture of light. You watch in awe as the pool responds to each addition. When the child's wish for a puppy dissolves into it, golden ripples spread across the surface, warm and bright. When the elderly woman's wish to dream of her late husband merges with the pool, lavender spirals drift through the depths, beautiful and bittersweet. Each wish adds its own signature to the light, creating patterns of color and movement that are hypnotically beautiful. The messenger's movements are practiced, reverent, the gestures of someone who has performed this ritual thousands of times, but never lost sight of its sacredness. They handle each vial with care, speaking softly to each one before releasing it into the pool, acknowledging the person who wished it, honoring their hope. Finally, they come to the last vial, yours. Your wish for healing, for wholeness, for the pain to end. The messenger holds it up, and in the palace's light you can see it more clearly. The deep blue shot through with silver is beautiful, you realize. Your pain, transformed into light, is beautiful. Not because suffering is good, but because hoping in the midst of suffering is profound. Because continuing to wish for better, even when better seems impossible, is an act of courage. The messenger looks at you, asking silent permission, and you nod. They lower your wish into the pool, and you watch as it sinks, as it dissolves, as its blue-silver light spreads through the luminous liquid like ink in water, like dye dispersing, creating patterns that are uniquely yours, uniquely beautiful. You feel something shift in your chest as you watch your wish join all the others. The pain is still there. Magic does not make pain simply vanish, but it feels different somehow, less isolating, less like something wrong with you that you should be ashamed of. Your wish is here, acknowledged and honored, woven into something larger than your individual suffering. Your hope, however tentative, is contributing to light. Your refusal to give up entirely is helping to illuminate the darkness. The moon approaches you, moving with fluid grace, and she places her cool hand against your chest, over your heart. "I see you," she says softly. "I see your pain. I see your courage in continuing to hope despite that pain. And I tell you this truth: your heart will heal. Not today, perhaps not tomorrow, but someday. The pain will fade. It will not disappear completely. The scars of deep hurt never fully vanish. But it will become bearable. It will become something you carry rather than something that carries you. And until that day comes, know that your wishing matters. Every night you lie in bed and hope for healing. That hope becomes light. You are contributing to beauty even in your suffering. You are pushing back darkness even when you feel consumed by it. Your pain is not wasted. It is being transformed into something that helps others find their way. Tears stream down your face, and you feel the moon's hand over your heart growing warmer, pulsing with gentle light. She is not healing you, not erasing the pain or making everything suddenly better, but she is acknowledging you, witnessing your suffering, honoring your courage. And somehow that is enough for now. Somehow being seen, being recognized, knowing that your pain matters and your hope contributes to something larger than yourself, somehow that is a form of healing in itself. The moon removes her hand and steps back, returning to the pool. The liquid light has absorbed all the wishes now, and it glows brighter than before, pulsing with the accumulated energy of thousands of hopes and dreams. The moon raises her hands, and the light begins to rise, floating upward in droplets and streams, ascending toward the ceiling of the palace, toward the surface of the moon, toward the void of space itself. "Watch," the messenger whispers beside you, their hand finding yours. "Watch what happens to wishes when they reach the moon. You watch as the light exits the palace through some opening you cannot see. Watch as it disperses across the moon's surface, soaking into the regolith, infusing the very substance of the moon with luminescence. And you understand, this is how the moon shines. Not from reflected sunlight alone, but from accumulated human hope, from billions of wishes gathered and transformed over millennia. The moon glows with humanity's persistent refusal to give up, with our stubborn insistence that things can be better, with our courageous continuing to hope even when hope has disappointed us before. You are seeing the literal truth of what the messenger told you. Wishes become light. Hope pushes back darkness. Your longing, your pain, your desperate reaching toward healing. It all becomes luminescence that shines down on the sleeping world, that guides those who are lost, that reminds everyone who looks up that beauty exists, that wonder is real, that there are forces in the universe that care about human suffering and work to transform it into something that serves. The transformation complete, the messenger bows deeply to the moon, who inclines her head in return, a gesture of mutual respect between servant and served, between messenger and the one who sends them. "Thank you," the moon says, "for another night's service, for continuing to carry wishes even when the weight grows heavy. You are valued beyond measure, dear messenger. Do not forget that." The messenger's eyes shimmer with emotion, and they bow again before turning toward you. "Come," they say softly. "It is time to return you home." The night is deepening, and you need rest. You have seen what needed to be seen. You understand now what I hope you understand. You follow the messenger out of the palace, back across the moon's surface toward the edge where space begins. Before you launch back toward Earth, you turn for one last look at the palace, at this impossible sanctuary of transformed wishes, and you feel grateful beyond words for having witnessed this, for having been allowed into this secret, for knowing now that your pain is not meaningless, that your hope is not wasted. The messenger takes your hand, and together you push off from the moon's surface, floating back out into the void. The journey down is easier than the journey up, gravity helping rather than hindering. You fall like shooting stars, like meteors, but slowly, gently, descending through layers of space and sky toward the sleeping city below. As you fly, the messenger speaks. I have been doing this work alone for so long that I had forgotten how much lighter it feels when shared. Thank you for coming with me tonight. Thank you for witnessing the wishes, for understanding their importance. Thank you for letting me be seen in my own exhaustion and loneliness. You have given me something precious: companionship, recognition, the gift of being cared for instead of always being the one who cares. That gift will sustain me through many lonely flights to come. Thank you for taking me, you say, meaning it deeply. Thank you for showing me that my pain can become light, that my hope matters. Thank you for helping me understand that I'm not alone in my wishing, that my heartbreak is part of something larger. I'll carry this with me. When the pain feels unbearable, I'll remember tonight. I'll remember that my wish is up there, woven into moonlight, helping to push back the darkness. The messenger smiles, and in their star-flecked eyes you see gratitude, affection, and something else. Hope, perhaps, that they too are not entirely alone, that connection is possible even for ancient beings who serve purposes larger than themselves. You descend together through the cool night air, through layers of atmosphere that grow warmer and thicker the closer you get to Earth. The city rises up to meet you, its constellation of lights growing brighter and more detailed. You can make out individual streets now, buildings, the rooftop where this journey began. The messenger guides you down with practiced ease, and your feet touch the rooftop surface with barely a whisper of sound. The solid ground feels strange after so much time floating, after the weightlessness of flight and the reduced gravity of the moon's surface. You are earthbound again, returned to the world of weight and constraint and ordinary physics. But you are not the same as when you left. The messenger stands before you, their moonlight robes settling around them, their ancient eyes kind and knowing. The night is not yet over, they say softly, but our journey together is coming to its end. You must return to your own life now, to your own healing journey. But know this, I will be here tomorrow night, and the night after, and the night after that. Every time you look up at the moon and make a wish, I will hear it. I will collect it. I will carry it skyward and watch it become light. You are never alone in your hoping. Your wishes are always witnessed. You feel tears rising again, but these are different from the tears of earlier. Not tears of pain alone, but tears of gratitude, of release, of something like peace. Will I remember this, you ask? Or will it fade like a dream, like something that seemed real in the moment but dissolves in daylight? The messenger reaches out and touches your forehead gently, their fingers cool and light. You will remember what you need to remember. Perhaps not every detail, perhaps not in a way that feels entirely concrete. But the truth of what you learned tonight, that your pain can become light, that your hope matters, that you are connected to all the other dreamers and wishers and hopers across the world. That truth will remain. It will be woven into you, part of how you understand yourself and your place in the universe. On your hardest nights, when the pain feels unbearable, you will remember that somewhere a messenger is flying, collecting wishes, transforming them into light, and that memory will comfort you. They step back, preparing to leave, to return to their endless work. But you reach out, catching their hand. Wait, you say. Your wish, for companionship, for someone to share the work, for someone who understands. I can't fly every night. I can't leave my life behind to become a messenger. But maybe I can help in other ways. Maybe I can tell people about you, remind them that their wishes matter, encourage them to keep hoping even when hope feels foolish. Would that help? Would that ease your burden even a little? The messenger's face fills with such joy, such hope, that they seem to glow brighter, as radiant as the moon palace itself. Yes, they breathe. Oh yes, that would help immensely. If people believed in magic again, if they took their wishing seriously, if they understood that their hopes have weight and purpose and consequence, then perhaps new messengers would be born. Perhaps I would not be the last. Perhaps the work could be shared again, the burden distributed among many rather than carried by one alone. They squeeze your hand tightly. You have given me hope tonight, dear one, just as I hope I have given you comfort. We have helped each other, as all beings should. We have shared our burdens, and in sharing made them lighter. That is the great secret, you know. That is what I have learned in my millennia of service. Connection transforms suffering. Being witnessed transforms pain. Knowing you are not alone transforms everything. The messenger releases your hand and begins to rise into the air, their body becoming lighter, more translucent, more clearly made of moonlight and starshine. But before they disappear entirely into the night sky, they pause, hovering at the edge of the rooftop, and reach into their robes one final time. They pull out a small object and float back down to place it in your palm. It is a tiny glass orb, no bigger than a marble, but it glows with soft internal light, blue shot through with silver, the exact colors of your wish. Inside the sphere, you can see what looks like liquid light moving, swirling, never still. A piece of your wish, the messenger explains. A fragment I kept back before releasing it into the moon's pool. Keep this. Hold it when the night is dark and your heart is heavy. Let it remind you that your hope has substance, that your pain is being transformed, that you are contributing to light even when you feel swallowed by darkness. Let it be proof that tonight was real, that magic exists, that your wishes are heard and honored. You close your fingers around the orb, feeling its warmth, its gentle pulse like a second heartbeat. Thank you, you whisper, inadequate words for enormous gratitude. Thank you for everything, for seeing me, for carrying my wish, for showing me I'm not alone. The messenger smiles one last time, radiant and ancient and infinitely kind. Thank you for seeing me in return, for acknowledging my loneliness and my exhaustion, for caring about the one who has spent so long caring for others. You have given me a gift tonight as valuable as the one I have given you. Remember that when you doubt your worth. Remember that you offered comfort to an ancient being who desperately needed it. You have more to give than you know, even in your brokenness, especially in your brokenness. And with that, the messenger rises again, faster now, their form dissolving into pure moonlight that streams upward toward the glowing orb in the sky. You watch until they disappear entirely, until you are alone on the rooftop once more. The city spread out below you, the night sky vast above. But you are not the same person who climbed these stairs hours ago. Or was it minutes? Time moved strangely on that journey, and you cannot quite pin down how long you were gone. It does not matter. What matters is that you went, that you saw, that you learned what you needed to learn. You looked down at the glowing orb in your palm, watching the light swirl and dance inside it. Your wish, given form. Your pain, transformed into something beautiful. Proof that hoping is not foolish, that wishing is not childish, that reaching toward healing, even when healing seems impossible, is an act of courage that contributes to the light of the world. You close your hand around the orb and feel its warmth spread through your palm, up your arm, into your chest where your broken heart still aches, but perhaps aches a little less than before. Or perhaps it aches the same amount, but feels more bearable. Because now you understand that this ache is not meaningless, not wasted, not a sign of weakness or failure. This ache is part of what makes the moon shine. This pain, when transformed by hope, becomes light that helps others find their way through their own darkness. You are connected to every other person who has ever looked up at the moon and wished for something better. You are part of a vast network of hoping, of reaching, of refusing to surrender entirely to despair. You are not alone in your suffering, and your suffering is not without purpose. This knowledge does not make the pain disappear, but it makes it bearable. It makes it survivable. It makes it possible to imagine a future where you wake up and the first thing you feel is not heartbreak, where you move through your days with lightness instead of crushing weight, where you remember what happiness feels like. That future is not here yet, but it is coming. You can believe in it now. You can hope for it without feeling foolish. You can wish for it and know that your wishing matters, that it becomes light, that it helps. You make your way back down from the rooftop, your legs feeling heavy after so much time flying, after so much time free from gravity's constraint. The stairs seem steeper than you remember, the door to your apartment heavier. But you navigate them successfully, your hand still closed around the glowing orb, its light leaking through your fingers and casting soft shadows on the walls. Inside your apartment, everything looks the same as when you left. The unmade bed, the books stacked on the nightstand, the curtains drawn against the city lights. But it feels different. Or perhaps you feel different moving through it. The space that felt like a prison of loneliness now feels like a sanctuary, a place to rest and heal, a launching point for journeys both real and imagined. You prepare for bed with your usual rituals, washing your face, brushing your teeth, changing into comfortable clothes. But tonight these ordinary actions feel infused with something like grace, like meaning. You are taking care of this body that carried you through the night sky, this body that holds your broken heart, this body that will continue carrying you toward healing even when the path is unclear. You climb into bed, arranging pillows and blankets, settling into the familiar landscape of mattress and sheets. The glowing orb you place on your nightstand, where you can see it, where its gentle light can accompany you into sleep. It pulses softly in the darkness, steady as a heartbeat, proof that magic is real, that tonight happened, that you flew with the moon's messenger and learned that your pain has purpose. As you lie there in the darkness, your body begins to relax, your breathing slows, your thoughts drift like leaves on water. You feel the day's exhaustion, the night's wonder, the accumulated weight of all you have experienced. But underneath all of that, you feel something else. Something small but growing, something fragile but real. You feel hope. Not the desperate, grasping hope of someone drowning and reaching for any floating object. Not the forced, artificial hope of someone trying to think positive thoughts while everything inside them screams in pain. But real hope, grounded hope. Hope that acknowledges the difficulty of healing while still believing it is possible. Hope that coexists with pain rather than trying to deny it. Hope that is patient enough to wait for the slow work of recovery, that is strong enough to persist through setbacks, that is wise enough to accept help when it is offered. You lie in your bed, the glowing orb casting soft blue-silver light across your ceiling, and you make another wish. Silently, in the quiet of your own heart, you wish for continued healing. You wish for patience with yourself as you recover. You wish for the courage to keep hoping even on days when hope feels impossible. You wish to remember what you learned tonight, that your pain can become light, that your wishes matter, that you are never alone in your suffering. And somewhere in the night sky above your city, you know the messenger is flying, collecting wishes from dreamers across the world. You know they heard your wish, that they are even now placing it into one of their glowing vials, that tomorrow night they will carry it to the moon and watch it dissolve into the pool of liquid light, that it will become part of what makes the moon shine. Your wish will become light. Your hope will push back darkness. Your refusal to give up entirely will help others find their way. This knowledge settles over you like a warm blanket, like a benediction, like grace. You feel your body sinking deeper into the mattress. Feel your consciousness beginning to drift. Feel yourself sliding toward that threshold between waking and sleeping, where anything is possible, where magic is real, where messengers fly and wishes transform into light. You sleep, and in your sleep you dream, and your dreams are gentler than they have been in weeks, in months perhaps. You dream of flying, of weightlessness, of moving through the night sky with confidence and joy. You dream of the city spread out below you like a map of lights, each window a small universe, each dreamer a fellow traveler on the path toward hoping. You dream of the moon palace, of crystallized wishes arranged in patterns that shift and change, of liquid light swirling in its circular pool. You dream of the moon herself, ancient and patient, transforming suffering into luminescence with gentle hands and understanding eyes. You dream of the messenger, no longer alone but accompanied by you, by others perhaps, by new messengers born from renewed belief in magic, in wishing, in the possibility that hope has weight and purpose and consequence. You dream of shared burdens made lighter, of loneliness transformed by connection, of work that is hard but bearable when distributed among many. These dreams do not erase your pain. They do not magically heal your broken heart or make everything suddenly better. But they provide comfort, perspective, a sense of purpose in the midst of suffering. They remind you that you are part of something larger than yourself, that your individual pain contributes to collective light, that your continued hoping matters even when hope seems foolish. You sleep deeply, more deeply than you have slept in weeks, your body finally releasing the tension it has been holding, your mind finally resting from its constant spiral of hurt and worry and desperate attempts to make sense of heartbreak. You sleep, and your sleeping is peaceful, restorative, healing in the way that good sleep always is when we finally allow ourselves to truly rest. The glowing orb on your nightstand pulses gently through the night, keeping watch, reminding you even in sleep that magic is real, that wishes matter, that you are never alone. Its blue-silver light casts soft shadows on the walls, creates patterns that dance and shift, makes your small apartment feel like a sanctuary, a holy place, a location where transformation is possible and healing is underway. Hours pass. The night deepens, then begins to lighten as dawn approaches. The city outside your window continues its endless rhythm. People sleeping and waking, hoping and dreaming, wishing on stars and moons and anything that might be listening. The world continues turning, indifferent to individual suffering, but somehow, mysteriously, still providing moments of grace, instances of magic, opportunities for healing to those who remain open to them. You wake slowly, naturally, without the jarring shock of an alarm. Soft morning light filters through your curtains, gentle and gold, the promise of a new day. For a moment you lie still, eyes closed, taking inventory of your internal landscape the way you do every morning, checking to see if the heartbreak is still there, if the pain has magically vanished overnight, if today will be the day you wake up whole again. The pain is still there. Your heart still aches. The grief still sits heavy in your chest, the familiar weight that has been your constant companion for weeks now. But something is different. The pain feels more bearable somehow, less all-consuming. It is still present but no longer overwhelming, still real but somehow more manageable. You can feel it without being crushed by it, can acknowledge it without drowning in it, and underneath the pain, or perhaps alongside it, you feel something else, something small but persistent, like the first green shoot pushing up through frozen ground, like the barest hint of dawn in a long night. You feel hope. You open your eyes and immediately see the glowing orb on your nightstand. It is still glowing, still pulsing with that gentle blue-silver light, still proof that last night was real, that you flew with the moon's messenger, that your wish was collected and carried skyward and transformed into light. You reach out and pick up the orb, feeling its warmth in your palm, watching the liquid light swirl inside it. In the morning light, it looks different than it did in darkness. More solid, perhaps, more clearly glass, but still magical, still extraordinary, still impossible in the best way. Did it really happen? Did you really fly through the night sky, visit the moon palace, watch wishes dissolve into pools of liquid light? Or was it a dream, vivid and meaningful but ultimately imaginary, a product of your own desperate need for comfort and hope? You hold the glowing orb and realize that it does not matter. Whether the experience was literally real or metaphorically true, whether you actually flew or only dreamed of flying, the effect is the same. You learned something last night. You understood something that you desperately needed to understand. Your pain has purpose. Your hope matters. Your wishes are not wasted, are not foolish, are not signs of weakness. They are contributions to light. They are acts of courage. They are refusals to surrender entirely to despair. And that refusal, that persistence, that stubborn insistence on hoping even when hope seems impossible, that is what pushes back darkness. You are not alone in your suffering. All across the world, people are waking up with broken hearts, with grief, with pain that feels unbearable. All across the world, people are choosing to hope anyway, to wish for better, to reach toward healing even when healing seems impossible. You are connected to all of them, part of a vast network of human beings who continue trying, continue hoping, continue believing that things can improve. Your individual pain is real and valid and deserves to be acknowledged. But it is also part of something larger, something universal. You are not uniquely broken or uniquely damaged. You are experiencing what all humans experience at some point: loss, heartbreak, the terrible pain of loving deeply and then losing what you loved. And you are doing what all humans must do in the face of such pain. You are surviving it. One day at a time, one breath at a time, one moment of hoping at a time. You are living through something that feels unsurvivable. And that act of living through it, that refusal to give up entirely, is itself a form of courage. You get out of bed, still holding the glowing orb, and make your way to the window. You pull back the curtains and look out at the city in morning light, the buildings and streets, the people beginning to move through their days, the ordinary world going about its ordinary business. But you see it differently now. Each window is not just a window, but a place where someone sleeps and dreams and wishes. Each person on the street is not just a stranger, but a fellow traveler, someone carrying their own pain and hope, their own wishes that might become light. You think about the messenger, who must be resting now after their long night of work, sleeping somewhere between earth and moon, between magic and reality. You think about their loneliness, their exhaustion, their wish for companionship and rest. You think about how you helped them last night simply by witnessing their struggle, by caring about their pain, by recognizing that even ancient magical beings need comfort sometimes, and you realize that this is something you can do, even in your brokenness, even with your broken heart, even in your pain. You can still witness others. You can still care about their struggles. You can still offer comfort and recognition and the gift of being seen. Your own suffering does not disqualify you from helping others. If anything, it qualifies you, because you understand what pain feels like, what it means to need comfort and receive none. What a difference it makes when someone truly sees you and acknowledges your struggle. You place the glowing orb back on your nightstand carefully, reverently, a sacred object that deserves to be treated with care. You get dressed, moving through your morning routine with more energy than you have had in weeks. The apartment that felt like a prison yesterday feels like home today. Not perfect, not without pain, but livable, survivable, a place where you can rest and recover and gradually heal. Before you leave for the day, you pause at your door and look back at the orb glowing softly on your nightstand. You make a promise to yourself, to the messenger, to all the dreamers and wishers across the world. You will remember what you learned. You will take your wishing seriously. You will continue hoping even when hope feels foolish. You will tell others about the magic of persistence, about the light that comes from refusing to give up entirely. You will help new messengers be born, not through your own transformation into something magical, but through encouraging others to believe that their wishes matter, that their hopes have weight, that magic is real in the sense that matters most, the magic of connection, of persistence, of continuing to reach toward better, even when better seems impossible. You open your door and step out into the morning, carrying the lesson of last night with you, carrying the knowledge that your pain can become light, carrying hope like a small flame cupped in your hands, fragile but real, worth protecting, worth nurturing, worth believing in. The days that follow are not easy. Healing never is. Your heart still aches. Your grief still rises in waves. Your pain still catches you off guard at unexpected moments. A song on the radio, a scent that triggers memory, a place you used to visit together with the person who left. The heartbreak is still real, still present, still demanding to be felt and acknowledged and moved through. But something has shifted. The pain is no longer the only thing you feel, no longer the total sum of your existence. Alongside the hurt, there is hope. Beneath the grief, there is growing belief that you will survive this, that healing is possible even if it is slow, that you will not feel this way forever. You carry the glowing orb with you in a pocket sometimes, pulling it out when you need comfort, when the pain feels overwhelming, when you need a reminder that last night was real, that wishes matter, that your hope has purpose and substance. The orb's gentle warmth against your palm becomes a talisman, a touchstone, physical proof that magic exists, that you are not alone, that transformation is possible. You find yourself looking at the moon more often, watching for it in the evening sky as darkness falls, searching for it through your window before you go to sleep. Each time you see it glowing in the darkness, you think of the messenger flying their nightly rounds, collecting wishes, carrying them skyward. You think of the moon palace with its crystallized walls, its pool of liquid light. You think of your own wish dissolving into that light, becoming part of what makes the moon shine, and you make new wishes, night after night, speaking them softly into the darkness before sleep. You wish for continued healing, for patience with the slow pace of recovery, for the ability to forgive yourself for still hurting, even though you think you should be over it by now. You wish for the courage to be vulnerable again someday, to risk your heart again even though it has been broken. You wish for others who are suffering, for the lonely and the heartbroken and the despairing, for those who have forgotten how to hope or who never learned in the first place. And each time you make a wish, you imagine the messenger hearing it, collecting it in one of their glowing vials, adding it to their bag of gathered hopes. You imagine your wish joining thousands of others, millions perhaps, all the wishes being whispered into darkness by dreamers across the world. You imagine all that concentrated hoping all that refusal to give up, all that stubborn persistence transforming into light that pushes back the darkness. The image comforts you. The knowledge that you are not alone in your wishing, that your hopes are part of something larger, that your pain is being witnessed and honored and transformed. This knowledge makes the hard days bearable, makes the grief survivable, makes healing feel possible.